All right, so let me look at the English syllable. And I want to define syllable as a unit of sound. A unit of sound. Okay, can you confirm the audio now? Please, can you hear me now? Oh, thank you very much. Oh, thank you very much. All right, thank you very much. Yeah, I think the audio is okay now. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. So let me first define a syllable. You know, I told you we're going to be looking at the English syllable. And from that, we'll look at the definition of English syllable. We're going to look at the types of English syllable. We're going to look at the structure of English syllable, and we're going to look at the schema of English syllable, the definition, the types, the structure, and the schema. So let me define English syllable as a unit of sound in a word that contains vowel sound. What about that? Consider that. A unit of sound in a word that contains a vowel sound. Now you discover that vowel sound is prominent in that definition. But earlier I had given you in those aborted videos that syllable is actually the smallest pronunciable unit of any letters. The smallest pronunciable unit, if you like, of a language, of any word. So, but this definition is telling us that it's a unit of sound of a word that contains a vowel sound. But I assure you, only that a vowel sound is the most compulsory. There may be consonant sounds, but there must be a vowel sound. And that tells you that it's typically made up of a vowel. That's the truth. Or a combination of vowel and consonants. It is made up of a vowel or a combination of vowel sound and a consonant sound. And it's usually pronounced, as a single unit. It is usually pronounced as a single unit. I've had series of experiences over the past that we'll ask some people to give us an example or to look at the internal structure of a particular syllable, and you see them writing in letters. Here, we're talking about sounds, not alphabets, not spellings. So get it straight. Not the alphabet, but the sound. And when we talk about the sound, we're talking about consonant and vowel sound. So the word hello, for example, hello, having two syllables. Hello. You have the voiceless glottal fricative. Ha. Then you have the the short that short, that mid-front short vowel. Then you have the last sound, the lateral sound. Then the diphthong. And you have them in two because you are having and you're having You know, the moment you discover two vowel sounds, then you know that that cannot be one syllable. That will be two syllables. So, hello. You have two syllables. A vowel sound will mark a syllable. A vowel sound will mark a syllable. Please, do you understand? I want to be sure you're following. I can understand. Please indicate in the comment section that you can understand so that I can go ahead. If you can understand, please let me know. Yes, you understand. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And for few who do not understand, let me take it this way. In words, you have letters. You combine alphabets in words. Also, in pronunciation of that word, you're not combining alphabets, you're combining sounds. You're combining sounds. You're not combining alphabets like in letters. You're combining sounds to pronounce. So you spell alphabets, you pronounce sounds. Up to that level, do you understand? Okay, thank you very much. Oh, okay, thank you very much. Then I move ahead. I've just told you that syllable is actually a unit of sound that contains a vowel sound. And because we have said that it contains a vowel sound, doesn't mean that it's only vowel sound that can be in a vowel. We are only saying that a vowel sound, a syllable must have a vowel, but it may have more than a vowel. It may have consonant sounds. And we are saying that when you have one vowel sound, that vowel sound will stand to mark one syllable. Get it straight. Maybe by the time we get to types of syllable, you get what I'm saying better. I've only used hello as example. Let me use another example. I. In alphabets, we say E-W-E. Sorry, E-Y-E. E-Y-E. When you write E-Y-E, that's letter. But when you pronounce that word, we pronounce it as I. I. And when you pronounce E-Y-E as I, then you pronounce in sound. And that I will only be a diphthong. I. Diphthong I. And because it's diphthong, it's just one vowel. Don't forget I told you, when I was talking about phonation the other time, I said monotongues are 12. And because monotongues are 12, you refer to them as 12. Each of them stands alone. You also have 8 diphthongs. 8 diphthongs. Each of those diphthongs also stands as a vowel sound. Then you have 5 triphthongs. Each of those triphthongs will also stand as vowel sound. So that's why even when you have E, R, in spelling A-R-E, in spelling A-R-E, when you pronounce it, you have R, and that R is long R. Long R. And because it's long R, it's just one vowel sound. And that vowel sound is a monotongue. R. It will be different. When it's a diphthong, you have I. I. Like we have given an example. Yes. I. This now diphthong. Now let's look at a triphthong. Example of triphthong. Awe. Awe. That awe, just put ta sound in front. Tawe. Sowe. Ewe. So, whenever they occur, either as monotongue, or as diphthong, or as triphthong, we say they are vowel sounds. They are vowel sounds. So, refer to monotongue, refer to diphthong, refer to triphthong as vowel sounds. Refer to triphthong as vowel sounds. Few minutes, please. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. So, I was trying to say that syllable, the most important element of a syllable is the vowel sound. And I'm sure you have got it now. Okay, let's move ahead to types of syllable. Don't worry, I'm going to attend your question. What if we have they, there, or there? Yes, you have the. That's voiced dental fricative sound. The. Then a. That's diphthong. That's diphthong. There. So you see more examples as we progress. So the next one is types of syllable. Of course, you have monosyllabic words. You have bisyllabic words or disyllabic words. You have polysyllabic words. Anytime you hear mono, you know that's one. You hear bi or di, that's two. You hear poly, that's more than two or many. So, if you want to say yes, cry, you are very correct. The ka sound, voiceless velar plosive, then I, tie, cry, shy, sky, on and on. So you have many examples that you can actually, I'm happy you're getting it. So we have monosyllabic words. They are words that have only one syllable. The letters may be many, but you just discover that when you pronounce them, it's just one syllable. I used to give this example, Though. Though. You have how many letters? Let's look at it. Though. 6 letters, 6 alphabets. But when you pronounce, you just have two sounds. 2 sounds. And when you pronounce that word, you have though. Though. The voiced dental fricative with ew, a diphthong. And I've told you, either diphthong, triphthong, or monophthong, they will be regarded as one vowel. So, though. So you just discover that the letters or the alphabet in a particular word, that they are very long, doesn't mean that their pronunciations will also be long as the letters. No. So you have 6 letters in thou, and you have just 2 sounds, a consonant and vowel sound. Let's progress from monophthong to diphthong. From monosyllabic words to bisyllabic words or disyllabic words. Di, bi, I told you 2. Words like, okay, can you give me an example? Yes, we have had though as monosyllabic words. I want it in comment section. Give me an example of bisyllabic words or disyllabic words. Go ahead. That you are having 2 syllables in a word. Give me that examples. I've told you simple. Very good. Simple. I've told you your part. No, leave is not correct. Table. Very good. Concord. Kettle. Focus. Water. Sustain. Always. Thorough. Google. Cattle. Later. Legal. Money. Very good. Very good. I'm happy you're getting it. So all those words you're just typing now, they are referred to big words. And so from to polysyllabic words. And when we say poly, I've told you, more than 2 or many. So you can go ahead now and give us example of polysyllabic words. Let me read your polysyllabic words. No, setting, shower, they are still bisyllabic, please. Yes, transcription, very good. Information, communication, computer, very good. Go ahead. Photogenic, preparation, on and on. You have many of them like that. I'm happy you can get it. So if I ask you during my tests and I say, give me 10 examples in each of the types of syllable. 10 in of syllable. That is 10 examples in monosyllabic words, 10 examples of bisyllabic words, 10 examples of polysyllabic words. I'm sure you should be able to that examples, and you should be able to give more. If I ask you to break them, those words into syllables, you should be able to break them into syllables. Thank you very much. So that's that about type of syllable. Now let's look at the structure. The structure of English syllable. The structure of English syllable. The structure of English syllable is simple. From the definition I gave you earlier, that a syllable is a unit of sound in a word that contains a vowel sound. It is typically made up of a vowel or a combination of vowel and consonants. That signifies that there must be a vowel sound in a syllable. So for the structure of syllable, you have the breakdown of 3 components. Number 1, the onset. Onset. O-N-S-E-T. The onset. Onset simply means the initial, the first, the one that comes first. Then you have the nucleus. 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 Onset, nucleus. Then the last part. The nucleus is always in the middle, and it's always at the center. Then the last one, you have the coda. C-O-D-A. The coda. Very good. Oluborode Akiyemi, thank you very much. The onset, the nucleus, and the coda. The onset is usually the consonant sound. The nucleus is usually the vowel sound. And the coda is usually the consonant sound. So, whenever we place this structure, we put the onset in brackets. We also put the coda in brackets, but the nucleus will not be put in brackets. So it won't be the way you're writing it. The C, the onset is usually a consonant sound. The nucleus is always a vowel sound, and the coda is always a consonant sound. So we put the onset in brackets, we put the coda in brackets to show that those ones in brackets, yes, Damilola Alonge, thank you very much. Those ones in brackets are optional. They are not compulsory. But the one that's not in brackets, it's obligatory. It is compulsory. So for a syllable to become a syllable, there must be a compulsory vowel sound. That's the structure. The structure of onsets, optional onsets, obligatory nucleus, optional coda. Optional onsets, obligatory nucleus, optional coda. Don't worry, you have your time to ask your question like comment. And if I see your comment in form of question, I will surely attend to it. So there's no problem about that. I've told you that we don't run away from question here. We give you empirical examples, especially in a second language user environment. We attend to your question. So you can type your question. We always attend to them if we see those questions. Okay, so that's the structure of English syllable. Let me allow questions now. Yeah, I know you understand better. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So go ahead. What's the problem? Transcribing, we are not there yet. We're not there yet. And when the time comes that we're going to face transcription, of course, we'll be needing interactive board, and you see how we transcribe. You see how we transcribe. Optional onsets, obligatory nucleus. That's not the spelling of my nucleus. And compulsory, optional, not compulsory, optional consonants, optional coda. Optional onsets, obligatory nucleus, optional coda. Nucleus is Nucleus. Nucleus. Okay, let's look at example. That person asking question, he said, what if the vowel, let's see, what if the vowel starts the word? Does it become an onset? Of course, you can have the combination of just vowel and consonant alone. By the time we get to syllable schema, you understand what I'm saying. We can have variation that can be vowel consonant alone, like in words like if. When you transcribe if, you have E, obligatory nucleus. Then you have F, that's voiceless fricative, voiceless labiodental fricative. So, and that is VC, vowel consonant. So in that sense, you have the nucleus and coda, no onsets. So when vowel starts the word, that means there is no onset. Vowel is still the nucleus, not the onset. So you only have, that was why we said onset is optional. When we say something is optional, it may be there, it may not. When something is optional at the coda side, the coda may be there, the coda may be not. But there must be a nucleus. So when you have a vowel starting a word, of course, a syllable, then you know that that is the nucleus. That word or that syllable does not have an onset. It only has nucleus and coda. Are we meant to be writing, or you will find a way to send the notes? You are to be jotting, of course. You have your note with you in our booklets. The institution has actually provided that, so there's nothing to add except this teaching that you just have to merge with what you have in your notes. Somebody said, can you shed more light on coda? Of course, coda is that final part, and it is usually a consonant sound. And we say coda is also optional. And when we say something is optional, it may be there, it may not be there. The only compulsory thing that must be in a syllable is the nucleus. Yes. Okay, somebody is asking. It becomes, no, vowel does not become onset. Onset is usually a consonant sound, and coda is always a consonant sound. Nucleus is vowel sound. So when vowel starts a word, then that means there's no onset. I mean, there's no onset, all right? Yes, is this the same example you gave? Yes, the same example. Thank you very much during the last class. Are we, okay, I'm looking at some of those questions so that we don't miss out. Does that mean that in a word or sentence, it is possible for us to have only nucleus? Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. In a syllable, it may be only nucleus. The onset may not be there, the coda may not be there, but the nucleus must be there. And when the nucleus is there, a syllable stands. Thank you very much. That's Taiwo Aribisala, so don't forget. Diphthong. Somebody is asking about diphthong. It's combination of two vowel sounds. When you see two vowel sounds occurring as one, as in A, as in I, as in L, they are all diphthongs. They are all diphthongs, so don't forget. Okay. Monosyllabic words are words with just one syllable, like I, like though, like through. They are just one syllable. Of course, the video is always there. In fact, our previous classes are still on this channel, so you can afford yourself the opportunity to come back and watch. And that's the main reason we are using this platform. That's the main reason we're using this platform. Or otherwise, there are other platforms we will have used and you won't find the record there again. So you can always come here to write, to watch and make your jottings and refresh your. So thank you very much. So we can go ahead now. We have attended to some of those questions. We see that nucleus is in the middle. Yes, nucleus is in the middle, but you're not putting the nucleus in brackets. Don't put V vowel in brackets. No, the C will be in brackets. The V will not be in brackets. The C for coda will also be in brackets. Onset in brackets, coda in bracket. But the nucleus, that vowel, will not be in bracket because it's always compulsory. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. So the last part of today's lecture is the syllable schema. Syllable schema. Well, I would say syllable schema is just another way of expanding the structure that we have just talked about. The structure that we have just talked about. Everybody, you can watch the comments. Those people that put C in brackets and they have written V alone, C in brackets, they are very correct. Ogushemoyin, Peace, Esther, very correct. Check. That's the structure. And when you see anything in brackets, that means it's optional. It's not compulsory. But when it's not in bracket, it is compulsory. So vowel is compulsory. The onset C is not compulsory. The coda C is not compulsory. So for schema, there is this general schema. What do we mean by schema? That's the maximum formula, the maximum combination of consonant and vowel that we can find in English language. That will just be one syllable. And because we have that maximum, that doesn't mean that we don't have others that are less than that. What we mean by maximum is that there is no more syllable structure that is more than this. That's the highest that we can have. That's the maximum that we can have. And what is that maximum? The maximum is saying we can only have maximum of 3 consonants before a vowel sound. We can have maximum of 3 consonants before a vowel sound and 1 vowel sound. And we can have maximum of 4 consonants after the vowel sound. That tells you that the C of onsets can be between 0 to 3. That means your onset can be, your onset is consonant. So your onset can be 1 consonant, nil consonant. Can be no consonant, that's 0. Can be 1 consonant, that's C1. Can be 2 consonants, that's C2. Can be 3 consonants, that's C3. Before a vowel sound. But after a vowel sound, you can have 4 maximum. You can have no C. You can have C1. You can have C2. And you can have C3 after a vowel sound. You can have maximum of 3 consonants before a vowel, maximum of 4 consonants after a vowel. So, when we represent them in schema, when we represent them in schema, we say C can be 0 to 3, V, then we write C can be 0 to 4. C 0 to 3, V, C 0 to 4. That's the schema. By the time we get to interactive board, we're going to demonstrate the schema and the 20 variations that we can actually have from that schema. I appreciate every one of you for coming up today. It's nice having you around. Next week, Saturday, is another day. We're very few in class today. So our attendance in the class today is noted now. I have just 3 minutes for you to put down your matric number or your registration number. Quickly do that now. Matric number or registration number. If you like, you can add your name. If you like, you may not add your name. Go ahead now. Add your matric number, your name, matric number, name. And if you don't have matric number, put your registration number. Yeah, I know we have people, students from different universities converging on this platform. I appreciate all of you for joining us. It's so great to have you here. But the attendance is still low. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm waiting for you. I don't want to close this live session before you put down your attendance. Once I close this live session, I will just mark the attendance from there. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead. Don't forget that you must not write two numbers. One individual, no individual should send two names. Go ahead. Go ahead. Log in your names and your matric number or registration number. Log in your name. Yes, log in your name. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Yeah, I enjoyed your participation today too. Very interactive, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much, and good afternoon.